Bonjour, Jimagnesh Indigenous Cause. Let's talk about changes in recovery or not. Um, recovery is always like this evolving thing. Yeah, in the beginning, you just focus on abstinence, and then you learn how to grow from there. And with myself being over 11 years down the road, I'm still learning new things about recovery. So, it's like some key things. Stay focused on yourself. Um, like a big thing I see a lot in the beginning is, others are going to change when they're ready to, not because you think they should. And, I think a part of that comes from, we want to like be able to bring, a part of that past or something comfortable with us, and we can't always do that. So, you need to let go of old behaviors. You can't be hanging around the same places. That's just, a recipe for disaster. And gotta let go of some old relationships, old friendships. Myself, when I started, I had to break up with my girlfriend because we just weren't on the same page. And in fact, we had to break up 3 nights in a row because she kept coming over drunk and forgetting that I broke up with her the night before. Until finally, on the third night, I was like, well, I know when I'm all wasted, usually the only way I'd remember something is if somebody got loud. So I did a little out of character for me, but I did a bunch of hollering and screaming, and she didn't show up after that. So I think, she remembered or got the general impression. But, not everybody around you. Well, no, I'm just going to put it this way: your journey's yours. That's not other people's journey. And about like the only way it's other people's journey is like when it comes to your kids, because you're responsible for them, or, unfortunately, if your addiction was that bad that you had your children take away, then, your journey needs to lead you in the direction of getting your children back. Um, I'm not a parent, so I've got no good sage advice on that. I don't. I can imagine it would just be awful having your children taken away. But, on the upside, I've seen so many of my friends get their children back and go on to succeed. And, that can be there for you also. And, in the beginning, because in addiction, addiction didn't happen overnight. And, it's not something you did for a week and decided that, I'm addicted, now I should, like, quit. Um, it was definitely a lifestyle. You did what you did. You hung out with people. Um, you went to the trap, or chased after the dope man, chased after dope, or went to the bar every night, or figured out how to get money to drink, figured out how to get money to do drugs. Um, that lifestyle that's come to an end, and a lot of those relationships in that lifestyle are going to come to an end, and so a little bit of crossover from what I talked about last week. You know, it's kind of mourning those people you thought were your friends. Once you take dope out of the equation or drinking, they're not really your friends anymore. And unfortunate to say it, I've had friends that have gotten sober. Now that we're both sober, we really don't have that much in common. Both good people, happy for each other, but we don't hang the way we used to, or in the same aspect as we used to. And it's okay to mourn for that, because that was such a big part of your life. Um, you know, sometimes our chemical use was our comfort in life, and now that comfort is taken away. Um, it's okay, you know, to mourn for that, and if you want to do a little bit of mourning ceremony for it, um, you know, that's okay and totally appropriate. Um, if you're native like I am and you're not sure, you know, how to mourn such a thing, maybe you should pass tobacco to an elder, and they can help you with that. Because you know, there's a lot of elders out there. Their wealth of knowledge, you'd be surprised to find out how many elders had their own use substance use problems when they were younger. And yeah, it's okay to ask them, and they'll be glad to help you. Uh, and then on the other hand, it's okay to celebrate your new life. Um, you know, it's like it's the summer, and you know, a lot of the summer rotated around partying and things. You can still have your own party, but you know, you can plan a sober party. Hopefully, you have made a good, um, you know, sober network that you can fall back on, and you know, you can get together with people. You know, have a game night, have a barbecue, go hang at the beach together. You can do a lot of things sober, you know, that don't require drugs or alcohol. And yeah, especially within your sober community, you know, that's a good way to get together with those folks and celebrate, you know, make some new connections. It's always good to have new people to, you know, hang around with and be able to support you. So, I guess that's about it for now. I want to keep these all to like under 10 minutes so I'm not boring anybody. And if you've got any suggestions on topics you'd like me to talk about, throw them in the comments. If you like what I said, please share this. The more it gets around, the better. And until next time, Giga Wapman.